What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 12 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. We're back using Krystal's team, their Kyogre Yveltal team in honor. If you haven't checked out the first video, I highly recommend you do. It does have a link to donate for causes in support of Krystal. And also since then, there are two tournaments coming up next weekend in honor of Krystal. The first is run by Four Seasons VGC, and it will be in Series 4. And then Hatterene Tournament as well is hosting a tournament in Series 12 next weekend as well. So I'll make sure to link both of those in the description, and also there will be the link to donate. So definitely try and support however you can. So looking at my opponent's first team, it is this anti-meta team of Solgaleo Ho-Oh. So it's Solgaleo, Eldegoss, Ho-Oh with Urshifu, Grimmsnarl, and Mamoswine. The Mamoswine is Focus Sash, so that's important. I think Yveltal is going to be huge here. Honestly, Yveltal Ogre, I think, is totally fine. I do like Volcarona with the ability to redirect some of Solgaleo's attacks. I think that that's going to be really huge. And we, of course, have to bring Raichu. So I think that this is definitely going to be a solid lead into my opponent, right? We do have the ability to go for really big attacks with this Yveltal, and I think that that can sort of really swing things in our favor. So I think it'll really depend on what we see, but obviously if we can set up Tailwind, right, like that's going to be huge, as we are going to see the Solgaleo Eldegoss lead. So the Solgaleo I do know has what's it called? It does have Helping Hand, so that can be really scary. I do want to try to set up Tailwind. I don't know if I'll be able to get it off, but I think I should go for it. I'm going to go for a Tailwind here as well as a Protect. I think if we can get Kyogre on having that speed boost, right, like that's going to be huge. Being able to fire off not only a Dark Pulse but also a Water Spout into the Solgaleo should really make quick work of it. And also I think if we can try and avoid the Eldegoss as much as possible, right, like that's going to be huge. We are going to see the Sold max, so definitely potential trouble for our little burb friend. But if that's the case, right, we do have the ability just to bring up Volcarona. So Volcarona can redirect attacks, try and force that Flame Body, which I think can really sort of scare my opponent away. We should see... oh, no. So no Helping Hand? Unless Helping Hand is lower priority. I always forget. So we do get the Tailwind off, which I think is going to be huge for us, right? And we're going to see a Lightning come out probably into the Ogre, which is fine, right, doing a really solid chunk of damage. And so what we can do now is we can go for a max Darkness with Ho-Oh. I mean, not with Ho-Oh, with okay, so that's huge. I want to go for a Darkness as well as do I want to Darkness the Eldegoss? I'm a little worried about that Sleep Powder, in all honesty. I think it's fine just to go for a Darkness and a Water Spout. That should be enough, right? Like, I think the expectation in this situation is that I max the Yveltal. I mean, the Ogre, right? Like, Ogre doesn't have to worry about, what's it called? The Sleep Powder. I think that this is still fine. I do expect potentially to see a Helping Hand. We could see a Protect come out, followed by yeah, okay, so we are going to see the Helping Hand, which is huge, right? We are obviously going to move first, getting off a huge max Darkness into the Solgaleo, doing a very solid chunk, and now Ogre going for that Water Spout when they're at -1. I'm hoping that they pick up a knockout, as my computer is going to freeze. Water Spout going to show up in time. That's scary. We are going to have our speed drop, but that's fine, right? We do have Tailwind. So the question now is, where are we going to see this attack from the Solgaleo? We are going to see this Rock Fall, so that's unfortunately going to come down into our bird friend. Our bird friend is going to be able to take it, so that's going to really be huge for us. It does mean that our attack is going to be weakened, right? Like, we no longer have the Rain Boost, so we do have to be a little bit cognizant of that. My computer is really just not happy. That being said, I think what we can do is it should still be in range, I think, of a water spout. So I very much would like to go for an airstream. It's going to get counteracted, but like it's fine. We're going to see the Koba Berry reveal, which is also not a big deal. So yeah, we should get the knockout for sure, even through everything else. That did get the knockout, right? I can't really see. No, it did not. So that Koba Berry really coming in clutch here for that Solgaleo, as it does also mean that yeah. Oh, it did faint. Okay. It finished very late. Water Spout going to come out here. It is unfortunately not enough. So this Lightning going to come out into the Kyogre. So we are going to lose our Ogre friend. I don't think that is necessarily the end of the world, right? Like, we do have access to Raichu at this point. Yveltal is going to hang around for one more turn, so we can bring out Raichu and then go from there, right? Like if we see a Ho-Oh, we're in a good position to deal with that. We do potentially have to worry about a Volcarona, right? Volcarona, I mean not a Volcarona, a Mamoswine, as we are going to just see Ho-Oh. So Ho-Oh, really fine here, as their Solgaleo is going to become little. I think what I want to do is I'm going to go for a Darkness onto the Ho-Oh and then go for a Fake Out onto Solgaleo, just with the idea that we can get the knockout onto Solg and then lower Ho-Oh special defense to try and hopefully go for something like an if we can get an Oblivion Wing off, I think we're in really good shape. As at -1, we should be able to recover quite a bit of health. So hoping for the knockout onto Solg, as well as some really good chip with this Raichu. We could have just gone for Electroweb, in all honesty. It would have accomplished the same sort of thing, right? Being able to also get damage onto this Ho-Oh, which would have, you know, the speed control I think matters, but we are going to see the Ho-Oh just go for a Protect. So this is actually, I guess, a best case result. We should see, yep, the Fake Out going to come out onto Solgaleo. So Solgaleo is not going to go down, which is actually really is very good for us because of the fact that we are worried about Mamoswine in the back, right? And we don't want to give Mamoswine a free switch in. And this way, what we can do is we have the ability to recover some HP back with the Oblivion Wing first, right? So that sort of is going to be really big. As yeah, we no longer have Tailwind. I think Ho-Oh is, I mean, not Ho-Oh, Yveltal is at -1 speed, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, so we are at -1 speed. I think that's fine. We can go for the Oblivion Wing onto this Ho-Oh, as well as go for an Electroweb, because that's going to put both my opponent's Pokemon at it's going to knock out Solgaleo, put Ho-Oh at -1, which is going to let Yveltal recover a bunch of HP, and taking into account the fact that our attack is going to be Stab, we should be able to hopefully recover a decent amount of HP from this attack. So I think this is definitely the best position. We could see a potential switch, but a switch also, like, you could you can switch into Mamoswine and double Protect. We're gonna get the Electroweb off, so that's going to be really huge, right? As Ho is going to lose a very, very big chunk of health. That is definitely a non-trivial amount. We also, like I said, are going to get that speed drop, which I think is going to be huge. As Oblivion Wing going to be able to come out, hopefully get Ho-Oh. Okay, perfect, right? We pick up the knockout onto Ho-Oh. Yveltal is going to recover just a very big chunk of HP, so that definitely is going to help us. I am definitely a little bit worried about Mamoswine. We also end up losing most of the HP we recover. So we'll kind of see if it is Mamoswine. I think our best option definitely is going to be that Volcarona, right? We can protect our Yveltal and switch in, as we are going to see. Yeah, it is going to be that Mamoswine. We haven't revealed Protect yet. I think that's going to be huge. And then we do have Volcarona. So Volcarona being able to go for Rage Powder, as we can, or we can even just go straight for attacks with Volcarona, right? We don't even need to risk that the Oblivion Wing not doing enough. So we are going to get the Protect off, right? We're going to see the Ice Shard. I think that is pretty expected. So we can now also the Sandstorm is going to subside. So that's going to be really big for us. As I think at this point, we can go for, we want to just go for a Dark Pulse. I think the Dark Pulse is fine, as well as a Rage Powder with Volcarona, and then that way we can just go for double attack the next turn. I think it should easily put Mamoswine in range of a 2-hit KO. We're going to see an Earthquake come out, so I think that that's an interesting choice, and a question of how much it does in full. Volcarona, it's going to be a 3-hit KO, so that's actually going to be really huge, as Dark Pulse going to be able to be fired off pretty safely onto this Mamoswine, so that is very easily a 2-hit KO, so we do have the ability just to go for another Dark Pulse as well as a Rage Powder here, and that should be more than enough to wrap up this game number 1, and it looks like, yeah, my opponent is going to cancel. So overall, I think we're able to put ourselves in a really strong position, and that was definitely what let us come through. So overall, a really solid first game, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is Kyogre Zacian. It's Kyogre Zacian Zapdos with Whimsicott, Rillaboom, and what's it called? An Incineroar. So this is a little bit of an interesting one. That Zapdos is really scary. Oh no, we have Raichu. Never mind. So I like Raichu with Yveltal as a lead. I think being able to set up Tailwind is going to be huge. I like Rillaboom. I want my own Ogre. I think it can definitely put on a lot of pressure. And then the question is, what do we want in that last slot? I really like Volcarona, not going to lie. It has a very favorable matchup into Rillaboom, Whimsicott, and Zacian. So I think that should really help us. I think utilizing the support that we have available definitely is going to make a big deal, right? So we can sort of utilize that to our advantage, and then I think just set up for a really strong end game. So I think being able to get Tailwind up and match their really being able to match their Tailwind, I think is going to be huge. We do have to potentially worry about Zapdos maxing and just going for Airstreams, but more importantly is the fact that what's it called? Raichu can go for Raichu can go for an Electro Web, and it's going to affect the Zapdos. So that's actually, I think, a really big sort of benefit we have going. I think my opponent did time out, so that actually, I don't know if I like that. I think they might have timed out. So let's see if we see double restricted, that suggests to me a timeout, as we are going to see. Okay, Zacian Wimmy. So Zacian Wimmy is fine with me. I definitely want to fake out into the Zacian and go for a Tailwind of my own. Then we can protect. I think then we can protect and go for an Electro Web. So that's going to be huge. So I'm going to go for a fake out here, and then just go for a Tailwind. And then, like I said, we can go for a Protect and an Electro Web to break their sort of sash. We're going to see Light Screen Whimsicott. So not something you see every day. That's for sure. We are going to get the Tailwind off. I don't know if I want to risk. I'm going to go for the Electro Web, and I'm going to go for a Protect here. I just want to make it so we can, what's it called? Get an Oblivion Wing off onto their Whimsicott. So we are going to see the Protect come out. We should hopefully see Tailwind here. I don't know at this point. We're seeing no Tailwind. So an interesting choice, right? Raichu just going to get a little bit of damage off, which is huge. We should probably, I'm guessing, see a Behemoth Blade and a Moonblast into Yveltal. Behemoth Blade, perfect, onto the Yveltal, so we're at least right about that. And we're going to see a Moonblast. It is unfortunately going to go out into our little friend, but Raichu is going to be able to take that well. I'm going to Volt Switch the Zacian here and go for an Oblivion Wing onto this Whimsicott. As a result of that Tailwind, or that Light Screen, they're in a pretty good spot, but I think this pivot should be big, right? If we can bring up Volcarona, I think that's going to be really huge, as we are just going to be able to fire that off, get some good damage onto this Zacian, and I think, yeah, Volcarona at this point is going to be a really solid option just to bring out, right? We can go for Fiery Dances onto the Zacian, and potentially just pivot back out into Raichu, as we will have to, unfortunately, take... Okay, so it's Koba at 2. and still no Tailwind. So this is just a straight Moonblast coming out from this Whimsicott. It is going to take it super, super well as a result of, what's it called? As a result of that Kova Berry, as well as the Light Screen. We are going to see a Blade come out, so I'm interested to see, yeah, this is going to unfortunately land into Yveltal. Yveltal is going to go down, but this is a free switch in into Kyogre, and Kyogre is definitely going to be faster. So we do have the ability to go for a Rage Powder as well as a Water Spout pretty freely. So that's going to be huge. We don't, at this point, have super good damage into their Ogre. So that is something to definitely consider. But that's a problem for later. Right now, we're going to click Water Spout. I'm fine to go for a Struggle Bug. Oh yeah, Struggle Bug is a spread. So, and at lower special attack. So we can kind of attrition out their Ogre. I think that that's going to be really our best bet here, as we are going to go for a big Water Spout. We're finally going to see a Protect, so that's cool. Maybe we're going to see a Tailwind finally. We finally do see the Tailwind. Oh, our Tailwind's about to expire. Haha. Nice. We're going to get a good amount of damage onto the Whimsicott. We should be able to pick it up with the Struggle Bug, so that's going to be really big. The tricky spot now is you can bring out Ogre and just click Geyser of your own. I think this is the last turn of my Tailwind. Yeah, so this is the last turn of my Tailwind. I think that they set themselves up for a really strong position. Yeah, we're going to see Kyogre come out here. I don't even have Protect here. I'm going to go for a Struggle Bug, and I'm going to go for a Geyser onto this Zacian, right? I need to hope. I basically need to hope that you let my Volcarona live. We're going to fire off our max, which, I mean, yeah, they don't have a reason to max, right? Like, you're just going to go for a single target instead of a spread. So I think that this is fine. We could hopefully see a Thunder, right? We could just see Thunder come out into our Kyogre instead of going for a Water Spout, which I think would be really nice. We're going to, unfortunately, just see the Water Spout. Volcarona, shockingly, is not going to survive, as we will be able to fire off a big Mystic Water, as it is Life Orb too. So that's actually a non-trivial piece of information, because what it means is you're going to slowly be losing health over time, as we are going to... Oh, wow, that did a lot. Yeah, that hurt. We're going to be able to get the one-shot onto the Zacian, right? Yep, Zacian is gone. We can bring out Raichu here. The Light Screen is going to wear off, though, so that's a big deal. Our Kyogre is really low, to the point where I don't know if we can survive another hit, as we are going to see the Incineroar come out. Our little electric mouse is going to come out. I unfortunately don't think we can win from this position. I think we've just taken too much damage. I'm going to go for a Helping Hand onto the Ogre. I think I have to go for an Electro Web, and go for a Max Geyser and hope that for some reason they don't target down my Raichu. But they're very, I mean, it's very easily going to be a Geyser into Raichu and probably a parting shot onto my Kyogre. So unfortunately, I don't think we are going to be able to take this one. Yeah, I can't. I think that my team choice probably wasn't the most ideal, as yeah, Geyser going to come out onto our little electric mouse. I'm really sorry, Raichu. But I mean, we still have one more, so that's what matters. As we are going to hopefully move before this incident. We're gonna, the parting shot going to come out here. I think that more or less seals my fate, because you are now going to have increased damage output, as well as the ability to go for Max Lightning, and we don't have Max Lightning. And yeah, I think with Life Orb Ogre, you almost expect it to have Max Lightning. So this next turn, we should just see that come out pretty comfortably to pick up the one shot. So we can we can click Max Geyser. But I think even at this range, a Max Geyser from them, yeah, they have lightning. It's over. I know what it does. So yeah, definitely a little bit unfortunate. I think my opponent played that very, very well in terms of preserving their Tailwind. Like that was huge for them. I think yeah, we could have handled that probably a little bit better. I think the fact that I think that there were better things that I could have done. So definitely a little bit unfortunate, but we do have one more. So let's see if we can see their team. I'm interested in this Whimsicott. We unfortunately can't, but yeah, let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Zacian Yveltal. Zacian Yveltal, Regieleki, Landorus with a Gastrodon and an Incineroar. I think Tailwind is really huge here. Right, I like Raichu Yveltal. We do have to worry about that Landorus, but I don't think that's a big issue. Kyogre, I think, feels really good here. And then I like Hitmontop, and I also like Rillaboom. I'm going to bring Rillaboom. It has a better matchup into... let's think about this. Rillaboom has a better matchup into Gastrodon and Aleki. Whereas Hitmontop has Intimidate. Intimidate spam is really big. I think that this is fine. I think if we can get up a Tailwind, we should just be in a really fantastic spot. So I think, I think setting up that Tailwind is going to be huge. I think Raichu is going to let us get there. We do have to potentially worry about a Landorus lead. But I think even if it's Landorus, we should hopefully be able to survive the hit. As we are going to see Zacian Yveltal. So that is actually totally fine with me, right? We do have the ability to go for a Fake Out as well as a Tailwind. So that can let us also get off an Electro Web, right? So even if they are also, Even if they are also Tailwind on their Yveltal, right? We are going to be able to lower their speed. So we can go for a Fake Out here as well as a Tailwind. And I think that can really set us up for Kyogre. So I think that can be really helpful, right? We do want to go for the Fake Out onto the Zacian just to make sure that Raichu is able to preserve its Focus Sash. So we're going to see, we're going to go first. We should see Tailwind come out from us. So that's really good to see. Probably potentially a Snarl from them. Yeah, we are going to see just a straight Snarl, which is totally fine with me. Raichu, unfortunately, taking more damage than I would like, but that's not the end of the world. Right now, we do have access to that Electro Web, which is huge. And then I just want to go for an Oblivion Wing onto their Yveltal. We're going to see a switch from the Zacian. So that's probably going to be into the Landorus. It's going to be into the Gastrodon. So an interesting reveal there for sure. We're going to be able to get just some good speed control down onto this Yveltal, but as a result of that Snarl, we're not doing that much damage. We're going to see an Oblivion Wing from us come out, hit into their Yveltal doing pretty much nothing. But I think at this point, right, we do have the ability to go for a Volt Switch. So we can go for the Volt Switch there, as another Snarl is going to come out. That should be a free switch in into Rillaboom, and that can sort of really help us out. We can, yeah, I think what we want to do is actually go for the Volt Switch onto here, and then I want to just start getting, I'm just going to keep chipping away at their Yveltal. I think that because of the fact that, okay, we're going to see a Sucker Punch, which is cool, onto the Raichu, so that's not cool. We could see a Yawn at this point, right? We probably are going to see a Yawn come out onto onto our Yveltal, right? That just makes the most sense. We might see an Ice Beam. I think Yawn is better though. We're gonna see Yawn come out. We can bring out, I think, our Kyogre here and then hard swap into Rillaboom. So that should put us in a good spot. I think even if we give you the special defense boost, it's not the end of the world. So clicking Water Spout, switching into Rillaboom should be fine in this position. So yeah, let's Water Spout here, and then let's bring out our little monkey friend to try and scare away this Gastrodon, right? We can start going for big, what's it called? Big grassy glides. So that's going to be huge. We can hopefully get a one-shot onto this Yveltal. One thing we do have to consider is the chance of Gastro. If we like knock out the Yveltal and they bring out Zacian, we do have to worry about a potential protect from the Gastrodon into a Behemoth Blade from the Zacian, but I think that should still be fine. We should still be able to do enough damage, as we are going to see the Yveltal switch. So the question is into what? It is going to be into Zacian, so that is interesting. Did we go for the... Yeah, we went for the Water Spout. So I'm fine to give Gastrodon a Storm Drain boost here, as we are just going to do a ton of damage into this Zacian, maybe picking up a one-shot. We do pick up the one-shot, which is huge in my opinion, right? It gets rid of a very big threat, as we should see a potential... Yep, a Yawn is going to come out here onto the Rillaboom slot. So a little bit of an awkward spot, right, where there's sort of going to be this revolving door of Yawn cycling onto this slot, right? I can't safely afford to go for anything else. I could Hailstorm the... so I'm going to actually protect here. No. Yeah, I'm going to protect, and I'm going to switch into Yveltal here. So what it looks like is that I'm faster. So what I can do is I can set up a Tailwind for my Kyogre and then go for another Water Spout. And then basically say, hey, if you're going to KO my... or if you're going to put to sleep my Yveltal, you're going to put to sleep my Yveltal. But I'm going to be able to fire off a big Water Spout and knock out your other Pokemon. So we should see a Snarl here. Yep, we are going to see the Snarl come out. So that is kind of as expected. I'm fine to give Gastrodon all of these boosts just because of the fact that we do have Rillaboom. Rillaboom is always going to outspeed this Gastrodon. And so that really sort of helps me out. I'm fine to click Water Spout here, as well as go for another Tailwind. We did see it could be a speed tie. We haven't actually confirmed that we are the faster of the two Yveltals, but everything suggests that is the case. So we can definitely set up another Tailwind here and kind of go from there. We then do have the ability, like I said, to start pressuring this Gastrodon and really make it so it's the only thing left. And I think from there, right, like Rillaboom should be able to win that 1v1. We just have to get it to that. So I think, yeah, let's try and get the second Tailwind up. If they're not max speed, right, like we just automatically get this Tailwind, we get this Water Spout. We do have to worry about like a Protect into a Yawn, but that also is fine, right? Like I'm fine to pin a slot. We're going to see a max here, so very interested to see what ends up maxing. It could be Gastrodon with a special attack boost. It is going to be Yveltal, so Yveltal probably going to want to go for things like Tailwind, but more importantly, right, like you're not going to be able to Snarl. So if we can survive this hit, that's going to put us in a really good spot. So we should be able to, yep, set up our Tailwind, which is going to let us fire off a big Water Spout before that Yveltal is able to attack. Storm Drain, I don't care about. And then, yeah, if you pick up the knockout, I think we can just go into Rillaboom. Oh god. Airstream going to come out onto our Yveltal. So this is actually a really good spot to see, as we're still ahead in terms of speed. We could see a Yawn come out into... yep, we're going to see the Yawn come out onto our Yveltal, which is actually fine with me. I'm fine to let our Yveltal go to sleep, as I want to go for a Water Spout again. And just go for an Oblivion Wing. Or let's go for a Dark Pulse. Let's go for a Dark Pulse onto this Gastrodon. There are currently 2 Yveltals out, which means that I'm going to hit super hard with this Dark Pulse, right? It is double boot. Okay, so maybe not super hard. I would have liked it to do a little bit more damage, but it is what it is. But we are, I think, setting up really strongly for Rillaboom. I hope this gets the knockout. Perfect. We are going to get the knockout onto their Yveltal, which is really good for us. The big question, though, is what do they have back, and can it deal with my Pokemon? So Jan going to come out here onto Kyogre. I honestly think it's fine. We still have Dynamax. They don't. Gastrodon is only at +1 speed, so it is recovering, unfortunately, a little bit more HP than I would like. So the big question now is what Pokemon do you have in the back? I wish we had Lightning on Ogre. It's going to be Landorus, and it's not going to matter. We're going to see Regieleki. So Regieleki, I very much would like to Water Spout. And I'm going to go for a Dark Pulse as well, knowing we're going to stay asleep. I think this is, though, a position where Rillaboom is going to be able to clean up. So that should definitely put us in a strong position. Water Spout going to come out, so it's interesting that they let me have it. As we are just going to be able to fire this off freely. Regieleki, no Focus Sash, so that's perfect, right? And now as soon as you pick up a knockout, right, we're going to be able to bring out our Rillaboom and then click Grassy Glide. We're going to see the Ice Beam, though, come out into Kyogre, so an interesting choice in terms of targeting and also damage. But I think at this point, right, like the writing really is on the wall of we have Rillaboom. I'm not going to switch it in just because of the fact that, like, I don't want to risk it taking damage. I don't know why I mean, I guess some Ogres are slower, so there was the chance that they expected, right, like, me to not be faster. But yeah, at this point it is 1v3. I just need to create a scenario where I can bring out my Rillaboom. I'm going to just click Ice Beam. I'm just waiting to wake up, as well as the Oblivion Wing onto the Gastrodon, just trying to heal a little bit up. But yeah, it looks like my opponent is going to recognize and cancel. So overall, I think it's some really great games. This team is very cool. It has a lot of fun tech. Definitely make sure to check out the fundraiser as well as the 2 tournaments next weekend. I'm sure Krystal really would have loved them, and we're going to take this team for one more spin and make sure we can truly give it the respect it deserves. And yeah, with that, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.